Hello, welcome again to another Lazy Show where we teach you AutoCAD in a way that is more productive so you can stop wasting your time. So, as always, we show up here each Sunday at 10 a.m., and that is PA in the United States time. So, we're going to start right away reading some of your comments, as always, before we do or jump to the presentation, which is going to be awesome. We're going to create a custom command so we can automate some of your tedious tasks, right? Not only that, but also to keep consistent in your drawings when you work in AutoCAD and avoid errors, right? So our friend Douglas is on the chat. Hi, Duke. Says, I'm back. No baseball or soccer games today. Good morning, Irving. Hey, Duke. Happy to have you here as always. It's nice to have your 20 years of experience using AutoCAD here with us, with the community. So that way we can all learn from each other, right? That's awesome. That's the beauty of doing a live stream, right? Hope you're doing great, my friend Duke. So I'm gonna start getting ready over here. Let's see. Okay. So, mm, all right. So I'm gonna start sharing my screen. Okay. So our friend Duke says 40 years. Sorry about that, Duke. Yeah, that's right. Wow, 40 years. Can you believe that? That's so many years using AutoCAD, my friend. Uh, I know you have shared with us so many tips and tricks before, so I'm glad that you are here, my friend Duke. All right, so let me share my screen over here. Um, Duke says version 1. Wow. Yeah, I started with I remember the first version of AutoCAD that I used was 2004. Yeah, AutoCAD 2004. That was the year version that I started with my friend Doug. um, and then I jumped to 2006, 2010 version, and then all the way to 2018. Now we are using AutoCAD 2025. Wow. Yeah. So now we're using AutoCAD 2025. That's crazy. Our friend Duke says, and still learning. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll never stop learning, my friend Duke. So many things that we can implement to, automate some of our tasks or processes in AutoCAD and simplify our life, right? Our work. Sometimes I see folks at the office where I work, where they are struggling or being stressed out when they are working in AutoCAD, and that's not good, right? If that's ever happening to you, it means simply you're doing something wrong. You're doing something the long way, the manual way, or however you want to call it. And there are more efficient ways to do what you are struggling with. So just ask for help, right? Um, so Douglas and still learning. That's right, my friend Duke. All right. I think we're ready to start today's presentation. So my goal for this live stream is again to simplify one of your tasks, right? In this case, we're going to simplify the use of revisions or revision clouds, revision tags, however you want to call it, right? The use of revisions, because everyone here or everyone that have ever used AutoCAD one have used revisions, right? Revision cloud is, um, the option that we have to cloud changes, right, that we do in our drawing. So everyone knows the rep cloud command in AutoCAD, right, that can draw revision clouds like so. But you can see some of the problems immediately that you will have to face. The arc length of your revision clouds won't be or keep consistent between your drawings, and we don't want that. Not only that, but then you'll also have to go ahead and find where your tag is for your revision cloud, and you'll probably have to copy that with Control C, go to your drawing, paste it with Control V, and then of course place it on the correct layer and so on. So you can imagine if you are adding revision clouds to multiple sheets or drawings, it will be a time consuming task, right? And it will bring also these type of errors of inconsistency. So in today's live stream, our goal is to simplify this process, again creating a custom command macro, and that way we can um, automate this process, automate this task for you. So that's our goal for today. All right. So if you ever use revision clouds or revisions, say yes on the chat. I'm sure 99% of people here have used or have used this type of revisions, right, in their drawings. That's what I picked today's topic because I believe it's going to be useful for most of the folks over here. So, all right, let's see. Our friend Douglas says yes all the time. Yeah, so that's what I thought, Duke. So the use of revision clouds again is most of the time is required, right? Especially when we submit or send out drawings, maybe um, to the city to get permits or so on. These reviewers might have comments, and then once you implement these comments in your drawings, then you will have to cloud them, right, in order for they to follow along and to see immediately those changes. So that's the quick explanation of why we use revision clouds professionally. um, and today we're gonna try to automate your process again of adding revision clouds, and also to keep consistent, right, between your sheets, between your drawings, um, and save some time, of course. Okay, now, so we already know that we can, oh, let me hide this comment over here. We already know that we can use the command macros palette to create custom command macros in AutoCAD. But there are some folks that still might be using an older version of AutoCAD, and I want to make this presentation useful for everyone. So that's why I'm gonna close these command macros for now, and I'm gonna use the tool palette. So I'm gonna use the Control 3 on my keyboard, and I'm gonna use again the the tool palette right here, because everyone have the tool palette, so there's no excuse to keep wasting time, right? There's no excuse to not save time in AutoCAD. All right, so we're gonna use again the tool palette. You can see we have created so many commands here on the channel. We even have an entire playlist about these custom commands. Let me show it really quick. It's right here, AutoCAD lazy macros. Um, so you can check them out later after the presentation, but we're gonna create one more today. Why we pick AutoCAD macros, right? The idea is, or the logic behind is that that's the quickest and easiest way to automate your processes or your task. Of course, we could go and create a auto list program or something else, but why, if we can do it inside AutoCAD with a in a quick way, in a more efficient way, right? So that's why we love macros over here. Of course, there are some limitations to macros, and in that case, we can go ahead and create a list program or something else. But most of the time, 99% of the time, if you really understand macros, how they work, how they behave, it's gonna be possible to create anything with macros, right? 99% of the time, like I said. Um, all right, so let's keep moving then, guys. Um, okay, let me put this back and start. All right, so what I'm gonna do then is, so I'm gonna create a new palette really quick. New palette, just so I don't confuse you. So we can start fresh over here. All right. So what I'm gonna do is, now there is another option also to create your custom commands or your macros, and it's the quick access panel. So you can see over here there are also commands that can be accessed at any time. That's why it's called a quick access. And we can also add the command over here. So what do you prefer, Duke or Fox on the chat? Do you want to use this quick access to create our command, or do you want to use the tool palette? Just say quick access to or tool palette on the chat. Let's see what do you guys prefer, right? Right. So put again quick access or tool palette. Okay. All right. If there's no preference, I'm gonna pick one, and that's gonna be the quick access right here. Our friend Douglas says, if quick access is available for what you're about to show us, I vote quick. Um, Doug, yeah, like I was explaining before, we can create a custom command or macros in different locations. We mentioned the brand new command macros palette, right? We also mentioned the tool palette, and we also mentioned the quick access panel. Now, those are not the only places where we can place our commands. We could also place it on the ribbon, right? It's right here. So the ribbon is this entire um, panels over here. That's the ribbon. We can place it anywhere on the ribbon. Um, so Douglas, you're suggesting the quick access. That's what we're gonna use, my friend Duke. Quick access, just because I guess some folks mm, might have their tool palette closed, right? Might not used to using the tool palette or have it open all the time. So then the quick access would be a good location to have it always available so you can use your custom commands, right? Okay, Duke, we're gonna use the quick access. All right. So let's see over here. Okay, let's start then. So I already showed you the manual way of creating revision clouds and then copy pasting your tag, block, and so on. Now let's see how we can automate that process. All right. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open my CUI. And the reason why I'm gonna open this is because over here we can create new commands, right? So by clicking the create a new command button, we can add a name. In this case, I'm gonna call this lazy cloud. Lazy cloud. I don't know. I didn't think of a name, but lazy clouding maybe. Lazy cloud is fine for now. You can name it as you wish, of course. But over here we can pick a icon, any icon. You could also import or add icons from the internet if you want. But for this tutorial, I'm just gonna randomly pick an icon over here. Maybe let's see. Maybe this one. So the important part over here is that once we hit apply, of course we'll have our new command that we can click and drag, and holding it we can drag it over here on the quick access panel like so, and that would be our lazy cloud command. Now this command will need to change the macro code over here, right? So if we click these three dots over here, we will have this long string editor where we can start adding these different commands, so that way we can automate our clouding process. All right. So I'm gonna leave the CC option because that's a way to cancel any active command. Next, I'm gonna use this small piece of code that is the rectangle command. Why I'm gonna do a rectangle? Well, because that's the easiest way and the closest to a revision cloud. When you draw a rectangle, you pick 2 points in your screen, and then that's the way a revision cloud also is drawn by clicking 2 points on our screen. And these two characters are gonna be the stop or pause for that user to click on the screen 2 times. All right. So we have a comment on the chat. Kumar says, "Good morning, Master Sir." Hey, Kumar. Happy to have you here. You are a little late, but that's okay. The important thing is that you are here with us today, live. Douglas is also on the chat, and there are some folks that didn't say hi, but that's okay. So let's keep moving. We're creating this awesome command today Kumar to automate the process of adding clouds and revision tags to your drawing, right? So let's keep moving. Okay, so once we have that, of course, we're gonna need to start the revision cloud command, right? The revision cloud command, we're gonna start it with this small piece of code, rev cloud, and with the option to select the arc. Now, why we want to pick this option is because you saw from the previous example that the arc will come in a random size, and we don't want that. We want to keep a consistent arc length for our vision cloud. Now, also, what will happen for those folks that are clouding in model space instead of clouding the revision or the changes in paper space? We will have to count for those folks also, right? So, from my opinion, you should always cloud in paper space, but I understand that there are some folks that do it in model space. So let's see how we can count for this so this command can work for both situations. Okay. So the way I'm going to do it is by using an expression, and this expression would be using the following code. So I'm going to use an if expression that is asking if the CTAP, meaning if you are in model space, right over here on model, then we want the dim scale to be multiplied with this asterisk that means multiply by this factor 0.3, and that's just a standard size or a most used size of a revision cloud. You can change that, of course, per your needs, but you're gonna see that that's the perfect size based on my opinion. Now, so once we have that, we will need to select our objects to cloud, right? And the way I'm gonna do it is by using this option over here. Uh, so the following piece of code to select my rectangle, in this case, the rectangle that we previously used, right? And convert it into a revision cloud using the object option. So that's basically what we're doing with this piece of code, drawing a rectangle, setting up the arc length for our revision cloud, then converting that rectangle into a revision cloud. Now, let's take care now of the tag, of the block tag or a triangular tag or however you want to call it. But the way that we can bring or insert this triangular revision tag is by using the following piece of code. So I'm gonna paste it over here so I don't have to type this entire list of characters and commands. So over here we're simply using the insert command or the insert option in AutoCAD. Why? Well, because we want to insert the path where our revision tag block is located. And of course, I already did that. Let me show you how I did it. So it's basically a empty drawing over here. You can save it anywhere on your computer. And of course, you have to remember the name. Of course, mine is revision tag. And inside this drawing, we have, of course, a triangular revision tag, right? So the idea is that you can copy the path from your Windows Explorer folder, right? You can simply copy that path, and then that's the path that I pasted over here. So that's the path. So I can simply paste it like so. Um, but the idea is that once you paste it, you will need an extra step in order for this to work. And the extra step is to select all of these, how you call this, backslash, and convert it into forward slash. Otherwise, your command won't work. So make sure you do that. Again, when you paste your path, you have to change all of these backslashes to these forward slashes. All right. So next, we will need the name of our drawing where the revision tag block is located. That's easy. You can simply press the F2 key and you can copy that out and do the same step or process. Go here and simply paste that revision tag name. All right. Now, over here, we're also using this C character to cancel the insertion of the block, of the revision tag block. And the reason why we're doing this is because at this stage of the automation, we don't want to insert the tag yet. We wanted to have it in the background, meaning the revision tag is gonna be available in our drawing, but it's not gonna be shown because we're gonna cancel it with this C option. All right. So okay. Any questions so far? We are halfway there, guys, creating this automation for you. But let me stop for a moment and see if you have questions, because before we keep moving, right, and keep adding and adding more commands or more strings to this custom macro command. Any questions so far? Duke, Kumar, and the folks that are on the chat. All right. So if there are no questions, that means we did a good work explaining this. We did a good job explaining this. All right. Let's keep moving then. Our friend Douglas says, we're good here so far. Great, Duke. That's good news for me, because that means that I did a good job explaining so far what these characters mean, why are we doing it, why do we need it, and so on, right? So that simply means that later on, when you can rewatch this video and create your own lazy cloud command, right, per your needs, using your revision tag, using your path, and so on, right? Douglas says, good morning, Kumar. Hey, Duke. Yeah, it's nice to see you guys interacting to each other. That's awesome. That's how communities get built, right? And we're trying to build our community here, right? And YouTube. We are also on LinkedIn, by the way, and on, I believe, on Facebook too. All right, let's keep moving if there are no questions. So now that we inserted our revision tag block or triangular block in the drawing, but not we're not actually showing it. The next thing that we need to do is create a layer. Um, so our friend Kumar saying hi to the class. That's awesome, guys, that you are talking to each other. You are connecting, maybe making friends. Who knows, right? We are all on this field or on this professional field of AutoCAD, right? I mean, working using AutoCAD. Um, Douglas, I believe, it's in architecture field as I am, and Kumar. I don't think you mentioned. I think Kumar is in the structural, maybe. Um, so now, like I was explaining, we didn't want to insert our revision tag yet because first I want to set a layer. I want to set a layer um, using this C layer option and with the option to make. And the name of my layer would be revision tag, or I mean, this is all up to you. You can name your layer as you wish, but I'll call for this example rev tag. And then we can assign a color, right? A color with the C option. And in this case, I'm going to pick 3. I believe that's color green, if I remember correctly. Um, but you can pick your color also. And then we're just simply accepting all of those options with the enter or semicolon that represents an enter. Our friend Kumar says, "Sir, I'm in precast detailing and drafting." Wow, yeah, you mentioned that. That's what I said, structural. Precast detailing and drafting. That's great, Kumar. Uh, last 5 years. Wow, that's awesome, Kumar, that you are on that precast detailing. All right. So, so we created a layer, and now we are ready to insert um, our revision tag block. It's the time now. So the way I'm going to insert it is using the insert option, and over here, um, what I'm going to insert, of course, is the revision tag. That's the name of my block, right? That it's located inside my drawing over here. So again, make sure you change this piece of code with your block name. All right. So revision tag. Now, in order to take care also of the user using this block in model or paper space, I'm gonna use the following piece of code. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the if function to say that if this is in model, we want the dim scale to be 1. Now, again, 100% of the time at the office where I work, I place my revision clouds in paper space. That's how we do it. But I know some folks might do it in model, and we have to take into account that. But anyway, then what I like to do is restore the layer. um, because once you create a layer, you will make that layer current on the drawing, and we don't want that. So the way I'm gonna restore or the layer is gonna be using this option right here, C layer P, right? So that way, if my drawing was on layer 0 and I had to create a layer rep tag, then this option will give us the ability to go back to layer 0. Okay, so let's quickly test our command, see if we didn't any if we don't have any errors or something. So I'm gonna click OK, and then I'm gonna hit apply. All right, time to test our revision cloud command. So we're gonna do two quick tests, one in model space and one in paper space, to see if it works, right? There's no errors. So let's see, I did a change over here on these notes. So, and I need to cloud these changes. So I'm gonna click on it and let's see what we get. So I'm gonna click 2 points. So far great. I'm gonna place my tag, let's say right about here. Maybe this is revision 1 or 2. I'm gonna click OK, and boom, our revision cloud is there with the arc length showing nicely as I wanted it to keep consistent. My tag is also on its own layer. We went back to the current layer, which was 0, so we didn't affect that. And the second test would be in model space, right? So let's go back to model space now, over here. And let's say I did a change to this note over here. So again, I'll use the revision cloud or the lazy cloud command. I'll select 2 points for my cloud. Then it's gonna ask me to specify my tag. You can change that, of course, if you wish. I'll click OK. And now my revision cloud is there in its own layer. Now, when I go to paper space, you can see that both tags have the same size because again, we included in the code in the macro string for this command to work in model or paper space. Great. So what do you think about this command? Let me know on the chat now. It's your time to ask questions, to do a Q&A. So what do you think so far, right? We tried it. Our whole goal was to automate again the process of adding revision clouds, and I think we achieved that. Our friend Kumar says, "This is crazy. I'm finding something this lasts some time because in revision work we suffer most to do clouds." Hey, Kumar, that makes me happy to hear that because I also see that problem at the office, right? Whenever I open drawings from other folks, they have the revision cloud with this huge arc size and they have a different arc size on the next drawing. So it's like, where is that consistency, right? So by using this command now, again, you will not only keep consistency between your cloud sizes, your layers, but also it will be quicker, right? It will be more efficient. So thank you, Kumar, for sharing your thoughts. And let's see what other folks have to say about today's lazy cloud command. Our friend Douglas says, Irving, can you explain the advantages of placing the revision clouds in paper space and not in model space, which is where I place them now. Oh wow, you place it in model space, dude. Yeah, I mean, first of all, I understand that it's a personal preference, right? If you place them in model, right, you will immediately see the changes uh, that have happened, and you won't have to go in paper space and so on. But Duke, one of the advantages is that you won't have to worry about the sizes, right? Look, if you do your clouding or your revisions in paper space always, that means your block, for instance, will have a scale of 1, right? And always will have a scale of 1, no matter what. No matter if you're drawing viewport. Where's my viewport? Let's see if I can select that. It doesn't matter if your viewport is on a different scale, maybe 3/16, whatever. It doesn't matter. Your block always will be at a scale of 1. However, Douglas, if you draw in your clouds in uh, in model, right, you will need to worry about the scale of your block. Look, this is not scale 1, this is 96. And that's because we included it on our command. But you can imagine there are folks that are doing this manually. They are not using this lazy cloud command to automate their clouding task because they might not know that's possible. They might just doing all of this manually. So that means again, Duke, that if you change, your drawing scale again for your viewport, let's say let's change it to no, that's not right. To 330 seconds, like so. So look what's gonna happen, dude. Your tags again, it's smaller, it's not consistent with the one in paper space. So again, you will have to go ahead and change this manually to a scale that is accordingly to your viewport. In this case, I change it to 330 seconds, right? So then that means I need to change this uh, to 128. So if I go here and change it, the scale to 128 and press enter, right? I will have to go here in paper space, and now you can see that we'll have the correct tag size. So did that answer your question, my friend Duke? Now that's just only one advantage, Douglas, of doing your clouds in paper space. But I think that's enough for you to not do any model space. Our friend Nirmal says, hi Nirmal, glad to see you here, my friend. We miss you. We didn't see you on many live streams, but I'm glad that you are doing great. Um, let's say our friend Nirmal says, uh, can you create dynamic door? We can, Nirma, but we have created already so many dynamic door blocks. Let me point it to the right direction so you can find them. We have, of course, on our YouTube channel, the Lazy Arquitecto, an entire series or playlist called Lazy Blocks. And here's where you're gonna find all of the different types of door blocks that we have created so far, and there are many. Here is one. Um, where is the other one? Here's another one. And in order to see all of the videos, you'll have to click these lazy blocks, and then you'll find more door blocks over here. Let me find it for you. Let's see. Here we go. This is another one. This is a one that you can flip it while inserting it, which is great. Great technique. Um, let's see, we have more. This is another one, I believe. But we have many, my friend, so that you can check them out. I'm sure you're gonna find the one that you need. We have door blocks with wipeouts, so you can mask your walls. We have doors with different flip actions, so you can quickly rotate your doors and so on. But if you have another question, you can let us know. Kumar says this crazy. Oh, I think I already read this. Kumar says, yes, sir, consistency make the drawing neat and most attractive. Um, that's right, Kumar, but I will change attractive for for professional, right? When you are on a professional office or environment, right, you need to show or translate that being professional into your drawings, right? And if it's clean, organized, and consistent, um, so that's how people are gonna see you, right? But you can call it attractive also, I guess, Kumar. Um, so let's keep moving over here with the comments. Yes, sir. In my office, we do it in model space because viewports are in many scales. So, but in model space, also great idea. Wait, you do it in model or paper space? I got confused, Kumar. So, but for folks on the chat, it's quick question. Do you do your clouding or revisions in model or paper space? Just say model or say paper. So that way we can understand you guys. Kumar, I got confused. You do it in model or paper? Two glasses. So let me undo this because it's not looking right. All right. So Douglas says you use dim scale. I use annotative dims. Oh, here we go. That's a good one. So you are saying, Douglas, that you, when you create this lazy cloud command, you use an annotative block. Is that what you're trying to say? Because dims, that's different, right? Are you planning to use this with an annotative block for the triangular revision tag? Let's see over here. Harry says, hi, sir. How do you use or snap override without shift right click only by command? Shift right click only by command. Um, let's see if I understand your question correctly. So you are referring, Harry. I think you're also new to the live stream. If that's the case, welcome aboard. We are here each Sunday at 10 a.m. with a new live stream. Um, so you're saying OSNAP override. So you're talking about these OSNAP settings over here. Um, so you're trying to override, and you're saying, if I do, let's say, line, right, which is what most folks do, a line. So you're saying how to override that? Well, that depends on what exactly you're trying to override, right? For instance, um, if you're trying to, let's say, override um, drawing lines, mm, drawing rectilinear lines, like right now, instead of clicking this and then you can draw any lines, you can override that holding the shift option, right? So if you hold the shift option, you can see that I'm overriding that setting. And if I release the shift option, you can see that immediately this setting goes on again. So again, holding the shift. And most of these settings can be override using the shift option. So hopefully that answer your question. But again, that's depends on what setting you want to override. If you want to override this ortho mode for orthogonally lines, again, you can hold the shift key. Other ones you can hold the F3 key and so on. It depends. Hope that helps, Harry. Kumar says, yes, sir, presentable, more fit. Model spacer. Oh, model. Okay, Kumar says he uses in model space. Um, okay. Douglas says, yes. Okay, Douglas, you're gonna use an annotative block for your triangular tag. That's interesting. Yeah, you can do that, Doug. If you do that, then you should be good, my friend. You won't need the scale portion of the macro command. Um, it's not gonna hurt, but you're gonna have the annotative option in your blog. That's awesome. Harry says, yes, sir. Oh, I think I helped then. Yeah, Harry. So I'm glad that I could help. Douglas says, there is a variable for right click or snaps. Uh, can't think of the name of it. As Douglas trying to help our friend Harry with its question about override settings. But I think Harry is good now. He says yes. Um, thank you, Duke, for trying to help folks over here in the community with your 40 years of experience, my friend. That's crazy. That's a lot of years. um, let's see. Two glasses. Right click, bring up snaps. Yeah, I mean that's what Harry was mentioned that he is using that. He's drawing his objects and then doing right click and picking its options. But his question was how to override without picking using the right click. I think that was his question, Duke. Um, I'm going. Douglas says I'm going to try it in paper space. Yeah, well, Duke, you can try it. Another advantage that I can think of doing clouds in paper space uh, is the oh, so if you have a lot of clouds in your drawing, right? It might be also might be block what you're doing, right? Let's say you want to stretch this over here down, and you're gonna have to touch that cloud over there. Oops, you're not seeing my screen now. Look, another advantage that I can think right now is um, you're gonna have to you're gonna have these problems of your clouds blocking your items. For instance, let's say I want to stretch this node down like so, and I will have to take into consideration all of these clouds, right? If I have a lot of revisions. But if you have your clouds in paper space, all of them, you'll have a cleaner drawing. You don't have to worry about that, and things will be easier for you. That's another advantage I found. I'm sure there are many, my friend Duke. I don't remember all of them right now, but I gave you two so far. Um, Harry says, I'm trying to move an object using OSnap from function by click shift and right click. But if it can access by command fr from. Oh, okay. You're trying to do something more custom. I think. Let's see. You're trying to move. You're trying to move an object from function. Oh, okay. So let's see if I can replicate, and this will be our last question because I need to wrap up this live stream. I need to go and get my breakfast. I always end up these live streams very hungry or starving. All right, let's see if we can help our friend with this last question. So you're trying to move an object, trying to move an object from a point. So you do right click from, you say from this point I want to move it 12 inches like so, but you're saying you don't want to do right click. So let's see. So you move this from this point. Yeah, you can type from, my friend. So if you type fro, right, you don't need to type the entire from, but if you type fro, fro, it's the same idea. You click one point and then you can say 24, and that will be 24. I think that will, oops, let me do it again. Move from 12 12. Yep. So hope that answered your question. You can type FRO instead of doing right click and select from, right? FRO instead of, again, using the right click shift. My friend Harry, hope that answered your question. All right. So I think we're gonna wrap up today's live stream. It was awesome. We created this command, the revision or the lazy cloud command. Hopefully, it's gonna save you some time, right? So we're trying to automate tasks, automate processes here, because that's the entire goal of the channel. So whatever we can customize, create, or set up that can save you some time, we're gonna do it right here. All right. So all right, so let me stop right here, guys. Good day, my friend.